Holy moly, that's cool. I'm going to take us back into this turn, Roger Delta Gambit.
Jesse, thank you once again for joining us here on Radio Chatter today.
I am on Radio Chatter. This is crazy.
Jesse Roper is a critically acclaimed blues rock guitarist and singer-songwriter. He's been nominated for various awards like Breakout West Blues Artist of the Year and has played stages as big as Pemberton Music Festival alongside artists like Snoop Dogg, Keith Urban, and Pearl Jam.
Oh, this is so fucking cool.
Strathcona Park, not bad. Tallest mountains on Vancouver Island. It's pretty snowy.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is amazing, man.
I want to start. How many guitars do you own right now?
More than I used to. I think I have like 14. I'm a bit of a collector, and I can't sell them. No.
Like once you get it,
it just feels wrong to pass hands. There's only one guitar I'm gonna give away because I never use it, and there's this nice guy I know, and he took me out fishing one time, and it's just a kind of a cheap guitar. I was like, if you want it, you can have it. So, and I know he'll play it. That's the biggest thing. If I knew it was going to somebody who's gonna use it, I'll give it away. Like when I die, I don't want my guitars to go to people, like even family members who are just going to look at them and be like, yeah, that was Jesse's guitar. I'd rather some kid got it who wanted to be a guitar player someday.
Right. So have you smashed any guitars before though?
No, but I'm gonna.
You're gonna. What are you waiting for? What's the criteria for like this is the moment?
Well, it would be a show my dad wasn't at because he would be so disappointed if he saw me smash a guitar. And it's got to be the right. Like I really want to have it broken on me or broken on my drummer Steve. Or like a random, like my buddy, he loves to jump up on stage. I'd love to be playing the right guitar and have him not know that I was going to smash it over him when he came up on stage.
Right.
It's got to be for real, man. If you're going to do it, you got to do it for real. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I feel a little sensitive about smashing guitars. I'm not quite the Who.
Not to put you on the spot here, I mean, while we're on the topic of violence, though, I've been told by your friends at the Deep Sea Gypsies to ask you about the time that your older brother Shane made you and your friend fight each other.
That's pretty funny.
So this is a thing. Okay. All right. If it happens once more, it's gonna be you. Like, holy jeez, we're going up. We just climbed 300 feet in that couple seconds.
Really?
Yep.
Holy smokes! I felt that.
Well, now that we have some extra altitude, let's point the nose down and see what we can get for a view.
See if we can take a look in. This is awesome. This is killer. Have you ever been up here?
In a plane?
Yeah.
No way, man. It's my first time in a little plane.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was a little kid, my dad, my great granddad was a boxer. My granddad was a boxer. My dad was into karate. So we've got these, there's a little bit of that history in the family. This is so cool, man.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if there's anybody up there today.
I wonder too. Like that's it. That's the highest thing we got on here.
That's it. Yeah. So anyways, we had these big like 16-ounce boxing mitts and some headgear that we always used to toss on and bob each other around a bit. My dad would get us out there as little kids. And he's like, this is how you throw a jab, and this is how you throw a hook and an uppercut. These are the moves. And Mom would be like, you guys be careful. And anyways, so yeah, my poor younger brother was on the serious end of a few meetings with the uppercut and the hook and whatnot. And then he got big and he gave me a bit of a licking too. But as it happens. But anyway, so me and my buddy Derek Stewart are like, I'm gonna guess like 6 and 7, maybe a little bit older, and we're playing with our bikes out on the lawn. And I think we were even talking about having a box, but then Shane's like, "You guys ever fought before?" We're like, "No," and he's like, "You guys are gonna fight." So I throw on the mitts, and here we go. And Shane's kind of like, "Come on, boys, come on, let's go, fight him." We're kind of tentative at first. We're bopping each other a little bit, but not too hard. And I don't want to punch Derek too hard because I'm pretty sure he's content to take me, and I don't want to like anger the beast. And then Shane just starts pouring on. "Let's go, fight him! Are you scared? Are you scared?" I can't remember all the stuff he said. I'm pretty young. But we started just going for it, and we're smashing each other as hard as we can. And I remember just snot and drool, and it went on and on and on and on. And like every time one of us was tired or fell over, he just like grab the other one, pick him up, and be like, "Come on!" And it was a good character building experience. I mean, there was times when I looked at my brother like, "You're so mean," you know. But as an older brother, and especially as an older uncle now, I would do the exact same thing in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we were just over Golden Hinde there, and now we're over the Elkhorn. So some of these peaks here you've been eyeing out for some time. You really want to climb. You're into mountaineering and you love nature. So you've climbed some pretty cool mountains so far.
Yeah.
And let's say that somebody told you you're not allowed to play guitar or tour or do anything. Like all you're allowed to do for the next year is climb mountains. Which mountains do you think we might see on that list?
Oh,
a couple of
them. I don't know. I think I'd have to pick like 3 or 4 in Strathcona.
Oh, yeah.
I know, obviously the Hinde and maybe Elkhorn, and I don't know. There's so many to choose from. I mean, I think that's King's Peak right there. I'd like to do that one. That's a bit more of a hike up instead of a mountaineer. But
yeah,
I don't really have a list, honestly. Like I try and knock off a few in a year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Well, it's just interesting that we don't hear like Everest come up on that list or something. You like the ones that are a little more close to home.
Yeah, it's pretty out here, but I would love to go. I was in Nepal. I did the base camp trek, and yeah, I mean that stuff was amazing. I'd love to do Everest, but the whole it's getting more accessible.
Yeah.
You know, they can almost get anybody up there. And Everest would be amazing, but there's a line up to the top. I go to these places to get away from people, you know?
Right. It's like a theme park now.
Yeah, a very dangerous one. But yeah, there would definitely be some trekking around in here. There'd be some trekking around in the States for sure. I mean, Mount Shasta.
Mount Shasta.
Go to the chakra of the world. See if you can see some aliens touch that big cloud.
Oh man! Well, when you come back, maybe you could explain to me what a chakra is, and then
I'll
be a little bit more enlightened.
I'm not sure. I'd really have to think about it. I've never had enough time or money to be like, okay, these are the top mountains. Baker, I've been dreaming about forever because I've grown up looking at it. So that would be for sure.
Hey, by the way, I understand that there are some nudes floating around on the internet somewhere about the mountains. Do you stand naked on top of all of the mountains you climb?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. The breeze on your bits.
Yeah, sometimes the mountains need a view too, you know?
Yeah. Okay, there's the one picture of me standing naked. I'm I'm in Joffrey Lakes. I'm way up on the glacier. And I was up there with my girlfriend. And there was these 2 tourists out. We were up there all by ourselves. We were way above everybody. And we were taking in the sun. It was a beautiful day. And we just finally got out of where the mosquitoes were. And so we stripped off all our clothes. We jumped under this glacier waterfall. Super cold and refreshing. And then all of a sudden these helicopters, the tourist helicopters come over the glacier.
No way.
And so we run out there and we're just wiggling our balls at I was wiggling my balls and she was wiggling her boobs. And anyways, one helicopter just stops and hovers above us, and you see the cameras come out, and they're like, yeah! The other helicopter, I don't think they liked it as much, and they went around the back, and oh man, it was great though.
Somebody doesn't have a sense of humor. of your fans.
Yeah, of course.
You got a really special relationship with them, and I've talked to a lot of them, and everybody seems to have kind of this funny story about how they bumped into you in a grocery store, or you guys passed each other on the road and honked at each other near Yubo.
Yeah.
And so you're all up in the Instagram comments, you're up in the YouTube comments, and so how do you find the time to maintain such an intimate relationship with these people when it would seem like a rock star of your level would be really cautious with their time, you know?
Oh, you go sit on the pot for a bit, you do your business, you do a little social media, and then...
Is that when it comes up, eh?
Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm being honest, really. Or if you're sitting in the tour van and somebody else is driving, you do it then. But yeah, idle moments when you don't need your hands. When I'm at home, I'm terrible at it because I want to go outside. I want to be in Strathcona Park,
doing this,
hiking around and doing awesome stuff. Yeah, I'm a big fan of not singing on a computer and actually experiencing life. But yeah, I just honestly, man, everybody who comes to his show and messages anything on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I feel like I kind of owe it to them to say at least hello. And, because it's only because of them that I'm able to do or live my life the way I'm living it right now, which is the best.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the least I can do is say hi or wave when they honk or, give an autograph. There's only sometimes, like I've only had one time where I wouldn't take a picture when somebody asked for it, and it was only because I was at the cafe and I was sitting there eating with my buddies, and like I'm not much of a social stoner, and I'd smoked a joint right before we went out to the cafe, and I wouldn't even normally go to the cafe feeling like this, but Tim and Mike were like, let's go, Roper, let's go, it's because of food, watch hockey game. All right. So I was kind of like, head down, and these kids... Radio 172, don't picture up on screen. These kids came out of nowhere, and they're like, oh my God, it's Jesse Roper, and I was like, oh no.
Uh-oh.
And
you're like mid-bite?
I was. And they were overwhelming, like the whole cafe would have heard it. And then they wanted a picture, and I was like, no, not right now. And then after they kind of were like downtrodden a little bit, I felt bad, but I looked at Mike, I'm like, was that totally asshole move of me? He's like, oh, yeah, maybe a little bit. I looked at Tim, he's like,
can you give me 5 minutes so we can just come back?
Well, just wait until I finish my fries. It's always nice when a person's naughty, you need to go talk to them.
Yeah.
Most people are pretty respectful. The odd person has decided that they're like your best friend, and then they look. I've seen people push other people out of the way and be like, no, I got this, Jesse's my pal. And sometimes I don't even know who those people are.
Yeah.
And so that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. The whole psychology around it is strange once you start paying. Once it starts happening, like it went from never happening to like the odd thing to, and you see it all the time.
I think I speak on behalf of all 10,000 of your Instagram followers there that whenever I'm having kind of an off week, whenever I feel like, something wasn't quite right, it usually turns out that it's actually just the week that you didn't post an episode of What's in My Garden, man. Like, that's one heck of a show. And you were telling me earlier, some people are not even into the rock and roll, but they're into the show now.
Yeah, I've heard that comment a few times. I was out in Winnipeg the last time I heard it. This guy came to the show, and it was funny because he's like, I don't really like your music, but I love What's in My Garden, man.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. And I wanted to be like, well, what are you doing here? But then I held it back. I'm pretty sure he was there with buddies who wanted to see it or something like that. But I've heard that a few times,
Yeah, that's hilarious. And I mean, like, I don't mean this in a weird way, but like, how big is your garden? Because like every week you have like a different fruit or vegetable in there. Like,
it's pretty crowded.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just actually, I'm in the process of making it bigger right now by quite a bit. Now that I got a TV show, I talked to the landlord. I was like, hey man, I got to make this garden bigger. I got to keep viewership up. Like, all right. And then the snow came this year, and the garden was pretty old. It was built by the people who were tenants before me, and it fell in with all the weight of the snow. So now I'm rebuilding it and got to do all that. And this year we're gonna have Brussels sprouts. We're gonna have everything, all the weird stuff. I also met this guy named Gordon Brinnick. He's known as Brother Nature.
Brother Nature.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He's an absolute gem. Super mellow guy. And he's hooking me up with seeds with all kinds of weird, strange, exciting vegetables I've never even heard of
Right.
before. Yeah.
Right. Well, you heard it here first, guys. That's what you have to look forward to, some sprouts. And I'm also hearing that you're bringing these things, these creations, to your shows, and you're chucking them out into the audience now.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like, here's a couple snap peas.
Well, I figured like people have already thrown shirts. They've thrown all manner of things onto the audience. I mean, Gwar pretty much took care of everything. So I don't know. It just made sense to throw some vegetables on the audience, and
Right.
it's good for the kids.
Yeah, man. Like, fuck dinner and a movie. I want Roper and a turnip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you could very well have that. This year, I planted 3 times as much garlic, and oh geez, whatever I get in Victoria at the after probably July 14th, we'll have garlic fly all over their heads.
And so I searched any time of night, and the first auto suggestion that Google gave me was I didn't even have to Google your name. It's just any time of, and then the first one was night. So that's got to feel good.
Oh, really?
And then,
Cool.
And then the next part was even better. Any time of night, and then Jesse Roper chords was the next part.
No way.
So people pay to come and see you, right? But how does that feel knowing that people want to play like you now?
That's almost cooler. I mean, maybe it's because it's newer. And I don't know. It's very flattering, honestly. That's what I've done my whole life until I started writing music. When I was like, from the ages 6 till, 18, I was actively learning AC/DC and Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and to me it was just like, I love these artists. Everything they did was awesome in my opinion. I want to play like that. I want to be like that. And I never really considered anybody playing it like me. And it's kind of special because that tune, I mean, my heart was really open when I wrote it, and I was madly in love, and
You can feel it when you listen to it.
yeah, it's probably I don't know, if it's not my best tune, it's maybe my favorite tune. And I was just driving down Happy Valley Road and started singing it to myself. And then I was embarrassed of it. I was like, oh, I can't sing that one, man. My buddies are going to think differently of me. I'm not a man singing about life like that. And so I showed it to my drummer, Steve. And I remember finished playing it. He was like, dude, I love that. Give me a hug, brother.
It's such a feel-good song.
Yeah, it was like, oh, okay, well, if Steve, I mean, he's this big, boisterous,
he's
loud-spoken guy.
He's a hunk, yeah.
Yeah, great, and he thought it was great, and then I started playing for people and got good reactions to it immediately, so that made me feel good. And honestly, I don't know if I could ever write a song like that again, because how often does like real, overwhelming, consuming love come into your life?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe for some people more than others, but back to the topic of like people playing my stuff, I mean, it's extremely flattering. And
Yeah.
I even had this guy the other day from Toronto get a hold of me. I don't think I've ever met him. Same with that Jake Durkin guy on American Idol. Like, that was crazy, man.
You read my mind. I was going to ask you. I was going to say, like, did it become more real when Jake performed? And he freaking won. Like, he made it to the next round and got the Hollywood ticket.
Oh,
Like,
it's
Katy
crazy,
Perry
man.
collapsed in front of him because it was so beautiful when she came up on stage. You saw that, right?
I love that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my claim to fame now, really. Another guy did my tune and Katy Perry fell over for it.
I
Jesse
mean,
Roper, period.
and you said in a number of interviews that you feel like Worship the Sun is one of your best songs, and it turned out the best on Access to Infinity.
Yeah.
I mean, not to pick favorites or anything, but yeah, when you power hit us with that G sharp minor ninth chord at the end of the first verse there.
Is that what
man,
it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I was piecing the notes together and like, holy shit, this thing sounds great.
Cool.
The hairs on the back of my neck, man, they go like fully erect, like when you do that.
Right on.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, Any Time of Night is a really pretty song.
Yeah.
But to me, Worship the Sun is like, Worship the Sun and Shining Round Nickel are maybe the pinnacle of my songwriting right now. Like, as far as like composition and just like the depth of those two tunes in particular. But yeah, Worship the Sun is a little cleaner, being that I was older and more experienced in the studio. That was one that I really wanted to get out there somehow, but it's so long. It's in today's world of marketing, it's got to be commercials that sell commercials. That's a piece of art. It's not a commercial. So, man, I haven't seen Della, but I'm sure it's like right around here. Like it's right there.
Do you want to take this and like just steer me to where it is and show me?
Okay.
So basically, I'll give you a little lesson here. You see the horizon over there?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to figure out the distance between the top of the instrument panel and the horizon.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 fingers for you, 3, whatever.
Okay.
That's straight and level flight. And if you look at the altimeter, it stays kind of steady. It's reading 0 on the vertical speed and everything.
Okay.
But don't focus on these guys too much. And just keep that distance the same. You know, if you got lots of sky, then oh shit, we're gonna climb, and then
yeah,
got lots of ground, then we're gonna go down, right? So just keep that distance about the same, including in a turn.
Okay.
And then before you turn, also look for traffic too. Do we see anything over there? No. Okay, we can start a turn.
Am I strictly steering wheel guy?
Steering wheel guy. If you want to do the rudder pedal stoop, put your feet on the pedals. You want to push in the direction that you turn as well. So little left aileron, little left rudder too.
Okay.
And a tiny bit of back pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to turn more over there, you go for it, dude.
Trying to do the slow and easy does it approach, you know. Yeah, this is air traffic. We are banking on. This is actually not air traffic. It was Delta Zulu's C-GSDZ for zippity doo dah.
You don't have that transmit button pushed, do you?
I don't think we do.
Tell everybody else who did.
I'm flying a plane.
You certainly are.
Holy moly, that's cool. I'm going to take us back into this turn, Roger Delta Gambit.
So, Jesse, you love Metchosin, and you mentioned that every time you drive by that sign, it kind of reduces your blood pressure.
Yeah.
And has anybody, whether it's a fan or a musical professional or whatever, they've been like, "Hey, Jesse, listen, we know that you've conquered Victoria. Like, you're already at the peak you could be at in Victoria, and if you're gonna be bigger, you gotta go. Like, you gotta get out of here and go to NYC. You gotta go to Montreal or Toronto." Anybody ever said that to you? What do you think?
Oh yeah, I know that. Like, if you think that you can just be big in Victoria, and I've met people like that, and then have a career like that, you are absolutely wrong. You know, it's just
kind of tough.
You can't be frequent enough. You can't draw big enough crowds. Like, it costs so much money to record your tunes and get it out there. I don't know. Like, there's not enough. The people you have to tour, you have to be kind of big everywhere to make a real living, like a middle class living. You know what I mean? I don't know. It depends what you want out of it. But going to New York City, going to Nashville, going everywhere in the world is kind of my goal. You can go there and like really try and cut your teeth and play all the cafes and all the bars and see if you can get noticed. And I've done a bit of that. You know, obviously I went to Toronto and did that, and I've been down in Memphis. And it was good. It was the best thing ever for me. And who knows what would have happened if I had stayed. The only reason I stayed in Victoria is because I met that girl. And
nice.
And I was like, well, I don't really want to go anywhere now.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
Oh gosh, everybody. I know this young guitar player, Brett Smith Daniels. He's a young rock star, right? And he was going to London, but then he met this Canadian girl, and he's gonna move back. I'm like, let me tell you something. I did the same thing. But you don't let it dictate. Like, don't ever think maybe I'll stop for her, or that those kind of crazy thoughts you get. Like, if you love it and you want to be a rock and roller, you can't think that way. And so you just got to be careful. And you got to she's got to love it too, because it's not for everybody. But anyway, I moved back here. I've been in Toronto for about a year. Moved back here, met a girl, fell in love. and then I got on the radio, and it completely changed everything. And then I was
No
like, well,
kidding.
okay, I got real momentum here. I don't know why I would leave that behind. And then I got management, and then I got an agent, and so now, you know, this is my home base. But as much as I can afford, basically, I go out and I tour, and I you know, leave and come back, and leave and come back, and leave and come back, and it's really expensive. But I don't know if it's better to be in New York City and trying to be noticed there, or better to do it the way I'm doing it. I really don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and the style of music that I play caught on here. It really hasn't caught on anywhere else. Like I think in New York City, they're looking for much more like the package, the product, the like really strange, weird, beautiful person that's also like really marketable. I am not. I'm like a guy who grew up in Metchosin. I don't dress that well. I've never been very good socially. You know, it took me a long time to get over my stage fright. I don't know, but like I don't really. Yeah, and it's probably to my detriment. I don't really see myself as a rock star. I love doing it. I don't really see myself as a rock star. And I think they're looking for in those big cities more like the person who is just like so that, and their music is that. And I don't think I would have stuck out. I don't know. I have no idea. I just say this because I'm in this position now. But I have no idea. Basically, it's just my goal to feel the best. Like, nothing is better when you're up there and you are like completely riding the high wave to the highest point. I don't know, it's the best feeling. I don't even know how to describe it. If you've never done it before, you don't know what it is. And if you've only done it and like kind of succeeded, you don't know what it is. Like, it's when you have like the fervent crowds and, and you feel that way too. Like, you're giving them so much, and it's not even like you're trying to. You just are now. And there's like this symbiotic thing going on between you, and it's all these people together at once, and there's nothing better. It's a crazy feeling.
Jesse, you've got gasoline poured over a whole bunch of new songs and a more accessible album title. So can you tell us what we've got in the pipeline? If you're allowed to say anything, what's next for Jesse Roper?
Well, so I got the new mixes hopefully coming to me. Hopefully they're in my pocket right now.
On your phone?
Through cyberspace, yeah.
Oh,
I don't have it on. I'll find out when we land.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got that coming. Yeah, most excited about that. And really excited just to put out these songs and see what happens. Every time you do it, it's like buying a lottery ticket. You know? You buy it, you scratch it, you're like, no, not that one. Not that one. $2. $2.
Heck yeah!
So, I mean, that's about what you make on your singles too. So
$2.
Yeah. More than anything, I just write songs and answer questions that people send me through social media, and that's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Roper right here. You heard it here first. Just absolutely keeping it real.
Trying my best.
I think we got 1 minute of battery left on here. So thank you so much for coming on the show here.
Thanks for having
Probably
me.
gonna cut out, but yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah, nice to meet you, man. Thanks for coming up.
This has been amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. You know exactly what to do. Fasten your seatbelts and subscribe for more.